Previously on building Benny's movie park.
I never actually make complicated elements, so... And then this is where there should be another loop, but I don't think that's gonna fit. There you go. That is pretty smooth, isn't it? I'm just gonna do the same spherical effect. And now we can grab it and copy it a few times like this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this brand new episode of Building Benny's Movie Park 2. Today, we are going to spice up the Back to the Future area because this is not quite it. I have decided I'm gonna go with the futuristic version of this town. It just seems a bit more interesting and challenging than just the regular version. But before we do that, first of all, you can support this channel now using my code Benji to get some Robux. For each transaction, I get a small commission from Roblox, so if you want to do that, thank you very, very, very much. Then now, let's get straight into it. First of all, I suppose the station is the best way to begin. First, let's give the basic platform some shape here. For now, concrete should be fine. Then the most outstanding part are, of course, these pillars. So right here, let's start with their bases. And once again, we can, of course, just make one and then copy it a bunch of times. Great stuff. And add this kind of pattern to it, like this. I didn't really think this through much. The coaster is definitely gonna go through the building. I guess that's a problem for later. First, let's add a bunch of these details on here. There you go. And then just like so, we can just make 4 of these instantly. Beautiful. That is pretty good. Then let's see if this first top bit fits at all. That is still possible, I think. Yeah, that's the limit. I'm just gonna have to make this kind of cut out of the building, I guess, which will look a bit strange, but it's fine. And then here, of course, comes the actual roof, which, to be honest, this building isn't all that detailed. Most of these elements are relatively basic, so, I mean, that's good, I guess. And then we try these. And then once again, we just have to make sure it kind of stops right here. And now I'm about to use a texture that I never use, brick, because I think it looks awful. Unfortunately, though, for this, it seems the most accurate, so, well, here you go. First, however, let's make the basic structure of the actual building. I made a ginormous mistake, though, because I made this way too close to the edge. So this is all the space we have in here, which is not a lot. Although this actually seems to be better. I can scale these. What? How does it work here, but not there? That is just fantastic. Moving it 1 centimeter to the right seems to have worked, so... Oh, I don't even know, guys. Let's just put these walls in place and be done with it. On the front of the building, right here, there's a staircase. It's kind of steep once again, but there's not much room here. This, I think, is going to be the most poorly planned area yet. It's going to be very cramped, but you know what? We'll just make it work somehow. On the side, there's these ginormous blocks, which I guess looks nice. These supports are just in the way. I mean, the whole coaster is. At the top here, let's kind of start putting in the walls as well. I'm starting to become so incredibly skeptical about this entire thing. Regret is the emotion I feel right now. Before making this building look nice, let's first work on the layout, actually. I first need some reassurance that this is gonna work before I put a lot of effort into something that will just end up looking like absolute dog shit. First of all, the road is gonna go all the way here. This is gonna be like a staff-only area, I guess. Then in the middle here, let's add the actual water. In the movie, the water does look kind of greenish, so I think I may just keep the grass. Let's just kind of see what that looks like. Here you go. No. Actually, I don't like that. Let's try this texture instead. I mean, we can always change it later, of course. Let's see, right here, there's gonna be a bunch of buildings, which we can actually use for the queue, so that's good. There is not a bunch of space left for that anyway, so I'm just gonna make a very quick layout to see if this is going to work in terms of, space. First, there's gonna be a bit of a queue part right here. This, by the way, is gonna be the entrance where I'm standing right now. Then you go through all these buildings right here, and then let's see. You go just kind of straight to the station, I guess. And right here you go up, and then you are at the station, which is incredibly cramped, but I guess we can just see if we can make it work. You go out on this side, then down the stairs, and somehow you go back here, which is fine. That can actually work. So that means that technically it's possible. It's not ideal. That is something else. But, at least there's some reassurance now. Then now back to finishing this building right here. Weirdly enough, the windows on this building are very basic as well. Let's first just make one right here and copy that a bunch of times over. By the way, I'm making it so that it's the same thing on the inside, so we have basically 2 windows at the same time. Here you go. The windows at the bottom, however, do look a tad different. And then that whole thing on the right as well. There you go. That is quite lovely. And then, of course, possibly the most important thing of the entire building, the clock. Let's put the outside of it right about here. And we have to paint the clock thing white, obviously. And with a little bit of luck, this will actually look nice. A clock image panel just right on top, like so. Then enable transparency. I have to replace that line. Here you go. That's better. That is quite nice. And obviously it has to be 4 past 10. Without that reference, all of this is just completely pointless. There you go. That's quite nice. Then just like the original, let's put a giant glass panel inside here. It's very hard to see, but there is one in there. Here you go, nicely tinted. Originally, of course, it goes all the way down, but we still need to be able to get out. So there you go. Right here, let's kind of fill this up using these wooden thingies so you can't look all the way to the road from here. That's kind of lame. Then right here, let's make a nice looking arch where the coaster goes straight through. So then now I think we should be pretty much done with the base of this building. Or I should say exterior, because I mean, it's pretty much finished. However, inside there's absolutely nothing. Sadly, I can't put anything on this wall because it's really like against the edge of the park. So I can't put stuff there. Very annoying, but it is what it is. However, first I actually want to work on something else. This water right here is looking terrible. Let's fix it. As you can see in this image, there's a bunch of rocks. And rocks, I love. Let's go ahead and try these for a change. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but let's try it. I just can't help but think these look like eggs. Does this not look like eggs to you? Like giant dinosaur? I hate it. No, I'm just gonna use my good old same rock. It's never filled me in the past, and it won't fill me now. Then, of course, on the side right there, we are definitely gonna need some grass, some bushes, some just vegetation in general. And I'm also gonna make that large tree, just a custom-made big large tree. However, first some of these bushes just right here, and around this edge there's a more organized row of rocks, which I really like. It's better than just some kind of boring fence we've done 1,000 times already. Here you go, something like these. And actually maybe cobblestone like so is a bit nicer for this ground. Let's just paint this entire area here. Then over this little section here I'm gonna make a bridge. There is a tiny bridge right there. I'm just not sure if this is the correct spot, but you know what? This isn't a super accurate recreation anyway. It's more of just the vibe, I guess. Everything is sort of in the right place, just not perfect. I also do think rounded corners for the road looks a lot better. And all the way on the left here, there you go. See, this area is starting to get shape. It's a lot more organized too. It actually doesn't look that bad now. There is hope for us yet. I will also put some stripes on the ground here because this is obviously a car road. Honestly, right now, I just want to make the tree because it's a nice tree. Let's go. I believe the tree should be right about here. And of course, this one we do want to be a lot more detailed than just the standard trees. For the top part, I suppose we can begin using just a regular tree like this. And then on the sides, we can put some of these bushes as well. And since that became pretty big, let's add some more supporting branches just on all the sides here. There you go. That's pretty nice, actually. And let's copy this whole thing and put another one just right here. Actually, this one should be a tad smaller, but you know what? I don't really care. It's a very nice looking tree, so I'll take it. There you go. Let's add one of these ground thingies around it. I don't even know what that's called. There you go. This is starting to get some shape, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, not to forget, a lamppost. This image actually shows one pretty clearly, so that's nice. Just gonna try to put all those details in there. And then at the top, it may seem pretty boring, but there seems to be just like an orb on top. So I guess something like this should be it. The orb, however, is definitely not white. The lantern itself has this very dark green color, like so. I mean, that is not too... It looks actually really nice. That's crazy. Let's put one right here as well. Here you go. That is actually quite lovely. And well, guys, then I feel like for today, we've done quite a lot, actually. Obviously, we still need to finish these buildings. I also thought it may be fun to somewhere here put like a booth where you can see the taken photos during the ride. I also want to add some water effects here because obviously the train goes straight through the water. We definitely need like a splash of some sort. And maybe in here somehow or at some other spot, it would be nice to kind of of recreate those fire effects. But to be fair, I'm not sure if that would look all that great. We'll have to see. Maybe we can do something like that using lights inside the tunnel. I don't know. If you have any other ideas, definitely let me know down below. And then I guess for today, that's it. If you liked this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single video. And then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Benny's Movie Park 2.